Shalema, Refuah Shalema for Michael Noach Ben Katrina Leah, and for Refuah Shalema for Chaim Yosef Ben Sima Perel, and Yehuda's Chana but Sima Perel. By special Gittel. Rabotai, we're also going to learn tonight, for the Hatzlacha in Eretz Yisrael, for Shalom in the world. We should hear only good news. We should see that all that's good, the good should have Hatzlacha. Well, again, like I said last week, not everybody knows what's flying there. We don't know the backstory. We don't know. They don't tell us everything that we need to hear. They're very selective of what comes out. The government's already shut their internets over and over again. We don't hear everything. Kadosh Baruch Hu we should daven that Kadosh Baruch Hu should give us the Yeshua B'karov Mamash. All right, this is the first Derush, the first essay on the Parashat of Shelach Lecha Anashim. Now, Hashem, you made it. Give a copy.
On time?
On time. I'm about to start right now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Here we go. So, Pasuk says, Vayikra Moshe leHoshea bin Nun Yehoshua. Every one of us heard bits and pieces all throughout your years of hearing different rabbis speak. Today we're going to talk and we're going to break it all down, almost all the different opinions. And whatever I miss today, we'll say it on Shabbat. We'll catch up. But we're going to get to the main meat and potatoes tonight. Rabotai. Vayikra Moshe leHoshea bin Nun Yehoshua. Rashi writes on this, Ka, Yud and Hey, Hashem's name. Yoshiacha should save you. Me'atzat meraglim, from the what the meraglim want to do. They want to get together and do something. Hashem should save you. So we're adding the letter Yud. We're adding the letter Yud to his name. Yud and a Hey to his name. Rashi seems to say that. Ka Moshiacha. Now, right away, you should just know that this is not stam. We don't appreciate enough because we don't have a handle on Kol Torah Kula. If we knew just even the 5 books perfectly inside out, it would have been a different reading. Rashi writes, Ka Yoshiacha, as if to say Moshe added 2 letters, Yud and Hey. Thought it's enough just with 1 letter. V'halo afilu ot ahat min Hashem, second line. Even just 1 letter would be fine of Hashem's name. You could just put Yud. We know Sarai became Sarah. Just 1 letter happened over there. Many places where names were changed, just 1 letter. It's fine. You don't need 2 letters. Why 2? That's question 1. What was going on here? Moshe Rabbeinu prayed, changed his name and prayed. Oh, Yehoshua, you shouldn't make a mistake like everybody else. So he says, "Ve'od lefi she'emet lo asif ela." Oh, so I'm skipping. Okay, let's continue. Yachol gam kein lehoshio me'atzat meraglim. 1 letter is enough to save you from the meraglim. Ve'od. Second question. Shelefi ha'emet. Now, actually, what was added? Just 1 letter, the yud. The hey was already there. Lo asif ela hayud. So why is Rashi saying it? Ka Yoshiacha, as if it's 2 letters, Yud and a Hey. Hashem, 1 letter, he said, only put a Yud. The Hey was already there. And why do you need 2 things? Uve'od, my tzorech l'shtei dvarim. Hosafat ha'od al Hashem, adding a letter to his name, and v'gam l'itpalel alav, to pray on him. V'alo b'chad minay osagi. It's enough even with 1. He's going to go on a mission, he wants to bless him, just bless him. You want to change his name and his name should have a zechut, just give him a change of a name. Why both?
Why doesn't Zera Shimshon and enough? They're just 1. With
1, we see Sarah. We see many places all over Tanakh. Name change was 1 letter, finished. V'yesh lomar. And he goes right into a Zohar. V'yesh lomar, the ita b'sefer HaZohar. I have an answer. Al pasuk kol kulam anashim. he goes in to explain a very important topic. If we had extra time, I would have pulled out a Sefer Peleyoetz, and I would explain to you the difference between Ga'ava and Anav. Do you know that the gematria of Ga'ava is the same gematria as Yud Hey? And that if you really know Tehillim, Hamunai, Malach, Ge'ut, Lavesh, Hashem wears Ga'ava, not us. And when we do Ga'ava, you're equal like him, like Hashem. You're against him. You're pogem. You're destroying. What happened here? The Shvatim, the Nesiim, they said, we're only Nesiim right now in the desert. Like Noach was in his time, but if he was in Abraham's time, he would not necessarily be the greatest and the best. We're only here for the Midbar. We were chosen for the Midbar. The moment Midbar is over, we're not anymore Nesiim. They went with Ga'ava for Kavod. Mesilat Yesharim writes on Perek Yud Aleph. They went for their Kavod. Kavod means that they wanted honor. Now, Victor Miller says everyone should get honor. You did something good, you want your wife to say you did something good. If they don't tell you, you feel like a shmata, you feel like nothing. You want some validation. Question is, how you earn the kavod and what you do with it. Someone just keep chasing kavod, that's not good also. Be anav. Ga'ava and that type of kavod destroys you. And the Mesilas Yesharim goes through many cases. I'll go even a step further. According to the Zohar Kadosh, Paro did Ga'ava, became God in his eyes, total destruction. Hiram did the same thing. And it goes on through different people. Avimelech and Naomi, through their Ga'ava, left Eretz Yisrael, total destruction. And that's what it says over there, that she left with Yud Hey, and she came back, and she was telling Ruth, don't come with me, I didn't come back with the Yud Hey, you don't want it. And what was Ruth was the complete opposite. It was with Tziniut, Aniva being an Anav, that's the start of the kingdom. The Meraglim, which were the Nesiim of the time, were afraid they're going to lose their status once they go into Eretz Yisrael. And because we're running short for time, so I'm going to move a little quicker here, but I'm going to get to all the points. Let's see it inside. Second paragraph. They were all merited. And they were all heads of the Jewish nation. Aval inun debaru, they spoke the Germayu to cause eta, like the word etza, advice. Bisha we know means bad. Like Eina de Bisha, we say B'Hatarat Nedarim, evil eye, this is evil advice. Amai natlu etada, why did they need advice here? Ela Amre, they said, I ya'alun Yisrael la'ar'a, if the Jews are going to go to their land, nit aber anan mil mahave reshin, we're going to change and not anymore be the heads. Vimane Moshe reshin acharinin, and Moshe is going to put different leaders. The Anan Zachinan b'midbara. We only got it in the midbar. Lemeheve Rashin. But in Eretz Yisrael, lo niskei ad kan lashono. Quote from the Zohar. Arrogance.
Why would they switch them?
So you would have to say.
You have a general who wants.
Very good question. So I'll tell you. 100%. It won't be demoted. He'll be senior, put him in the old age home, senior with all the medals. He'll come out every year, then Pamela, show his medals and go back to your house. Nobody's going to ask him anything. He's just senior, finished. They felt like their tafkid, they were hired. This is round 2 from the Nesiim. They're hired only for Midbar. Once the Midbar is over, so is their work. That's how they felt.
If this was the reason for the hate, why did all of the Israel get punished like that, the way they got?
So there's many players here. There's the chet of the Meraglim. There's also the chet of the Yivku Kol Yisrael. If you're going to cry for nothing, Hashem's going to give you crying forever. It's very important. You have to be very careful. Buying anything, car, house, food, whatever you go, how you react, how you talk. You have to be someone who's anav, not someone who, it's just becomes, if you're listening, the guy records your conversation and plays it, I want, give me. Hold on. Where's Hashem in the picture? What are you talking about? Hashem wants this right now. Done. Relax. There's a mahalach here. So now we see there was ga'ava. That's second paragraph. Third paragraph. Vekatvu makubalim. This is from Reb Chaim Vital. This is written probably by his son, Reb Shmuel. It's in Sha'ar Ruach HaKodesh Tikun Zayin. Shesham, the name, Yud Hey, Eino Shore Al Ba'alei Ga'ava. You don't get the protection of Yud Hey, Hashem's name, on anyone that's Ga'ava. Now, there's a Ben Yehoyada in Gemara and Satah that explains that there's Yud Hey, and then there's the end of the word of Hashem's name, and part of it is from up, and part of it is on the bottom. I'm not going to get into that. You should just know, in a few moments, I will say one piece of that Kabbalah about how Levi enters into this picture, and then you'll understand this piece. But just remember that Yud Hey comes down from Hashem's name, and it protects you. If you're Ga'ava, the same gematria as Yud Hey, it doesn't come to you. How do you get it? So let's see. Sheshem Yud Hey eno shore al ba'alei Ga'ava. The Ga'ava begematria Yud Hey. Veho'il she'elu ha'anashim chate'u machmat Ga'ava. These people made a sin from Ga'ava. Shenit yare'u. They were afraid. She'aviru hem ha'gedulah liot rashim. They're not going to be any more heads. Mishum hachi, because of this. Lirmoz al zeh, to allude to this, to tell Yoshua, I'm sending you on a mission, hint. Hosif ot achat me Hashem. He gave him one letter, Yud, and he already had another letter, Hey. And he's telling him, combine Hashem's name, the Yud, to the Hey. V'nitztarfa im ot mishona shel Hosea, shehi Hey. Ve'amar ka Yud Hey, Yoshiacha will save you. Kilomar, Ra'ui, you're worthy now. She'Hashem Yoshiacha, that the name of Hashem will protect you. The Fishaya Anav. Here's secret again. This is the third time Zera Shimshon is highlighting. Anav is the secret to all success. Anav doesn't mean to step all over you. Moshe Rabbeinu knew he was a leader. If not, he wouldn't act like a leader. But when you tell him, are you a leader, like Chamavadia, and my son Moshe in the book over here, Chamavadia, when they were singing to him to come, and they were doing Yamim al Yamei Melech Tosef or Yachid al Dagul, he was saying, what was he saying? I am ashes, I'm nothing, I'm ashes, I'm worthless, not to become Baal Ga'ava. That's how Rabbanim, when you see the rabbis are walking and they're mumbling as they're accepting the accolades, that's what they're doing, in order not to let that kavod get to their head. You have to be an anav. That's the secret. Anav is success. Let's go further. Right. He shouldn't make a sin like them. And now he's not even doing a tefillah. It's not like he prayed for him. As we're going to learn that if he prayed for him, there's favoritism, and you took away his choice. I know Or loves this topic. He takes away from him his bechira, his choice in life. If Moshe prayed for me that I shouldn't sin, he took away my choice. The Gemara says everything is from heaven: black, white, poor, rich, everything except for Yirat Hashem, Yirat Shemayim, which means if you have a choice to make sin or a mitzvah, it's your choice. That you really have a choice. So how could this be over here that he even prayed for him? That's part of the problem. The Shaykh Azaria asked this question. He says, how could he pray for him? He took away his bechira. He doesn't have a choice anymore. He's a robot now. So one of the good answers I liked over there is, what's choice? Choice is like, it's like a handicap for you. You have choice to train yourself to do the right thing. But once you are on the same level, your Rebbe taught you everything you need to know, and you're on it, like Yoshua becomes the leader like Moshe, he doesn't need choice anymore. Choice was only there as a handicap to bring him to become who he is, to make him to the best of himself. But he doesn't need it anymore. So that's Shaikas Arya's answer on it. Okay, it's a good answer. You have to understand that answer. That means you took away my choice by praying for me. I can't do an Avera now. And the Torah says he doesn't need choice. Choice is for us. We're never going to get to that level. We got to get choice till we get to that level. Yoshua became that level. He became like his Rebbe. You should know that Yoshua, if you say Moshe prayed for a different reason. Yoshua, when Moshe came down and heard Yoshua paskin in front of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe kilaim, he said kilaim, he paskin. A person, the Gemara says, if a person paskins in front of his Rebbe, he doesn't have kids. Yoshua would never have kids. He's never going to get to Eretz Yisrael, doesn't have a name. So Moshe prayed, he said, listen, get into Eretz Yisrael, set up yourself a name. That's one reason. You prayed for him. But we're saying now it wasn't even a prayer. It was like you're forcing an argument. You're saying, I gave him Yud, I'm only forcing. The pasuk says in Tehillim, Ezracha Mikodesh. You get help from Kodesh. The Kodesh Baruch Hu should help him. How? How do you get help from Kodesh? If you're an Anav. And Anav automatically gets help from Kodesh. Hashem, Kodesh Baruch Hu, will protect you all the way if you do the Midah of Anav. The Midah of Anav is Shalom Bayit. You don't have any more fights. The Midah of Anav saves you from road rage. When the guy cuts you off and you have a problem with him, that's because you have Gava. If you say, okay, let him go, Hashem wanted him to go ahead of me to get the red light before me, go for it. When you break that out of you, you became an Anav. You're automatically protected. Okay? So that's one. Now it makes sense why you prayed for Yoshua, not on Kalev. Right? Because two guys are good. But you're only praying for Yoshua. Because Moshe Rabbeinu says, I don't know much about Kalev. I know that Kulam Anashim, they're all tzaddikim. Right now, they're all tzaddikim. But I know Yoshua, because he works for me, he's my servant. The Gabbai, the Shamash. He cleaned the tables, cleaned the chairs. He prepared shiur, the chairs, took away the chairs. He was a servant. He became the leader. I know him, he is Anav. So for him, he's Anav. At least there's a chance for him, I'm going to give him extra help. But really, now I'm going to start to go a little quicker because we're running out of time. But really, what happened was like this. When did they make up their minds they're going to say bad about Eretz Yisrael? When they saw the Amalekim. First they saw the guy died and there were so many deaths because they were all waiting. You bury the biggest guy, like he's going to Gan Eden, and all the low guys that died are going to be buried the same day. They have a zchut. They're going to get out of Gehenna. They're protected. This is all right. It's like this. So they came the day that the biggest guy died over there, and they were burying everyone. Okay, they saw Amalek over there. They said, "Forget it. We had a war with them. This is the land that kills its people, like we see in the news today." But the news today is like Yoshua. Yoshua was told by Parshat Shelach, from Shelach to Shelach. What was said in B'Shalach? What was said? Ki yad al kes yud hey. It was talking about this. And as Arizal is going to say, we're going to see even more about the Meraglim, who they really were, what really happened here. So Yoshua already needed, this word was already in from before. Ki yad al kes ka milchama b'Hashem dor dor. Yoshua was like, I'm not afraid of them. We beat them. We'll beat them again. They're nothing. They ran away to the corner. We'll come after them. We'll get them all. Oh, ki yad al kes yud hey. How do you fight the most arrogant people on the planet? By being anav. That's the end. That's the piece. If we just learn this enough, it's already good. We're going to go just a little further now. Now, ve'od yesh l'taretz, let's go paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ve'od yesh lomar b'terutz kushal mefarshim. That's the Shaigas Arya's question. Lamed pal Moshe al Yeshuv v'lo kalev. The Kushami Karleka, he says it's not even a question. The Mai Ul made the Kolev Misham Raglim. Why should I say Kolev is different? Hare Otasha Kulam Kasharim. Moshe said Kulam Anashim, they're all big people. Kolev, why would you play on Kolev? You have to pray for everyone. You don't need such a prayer. Everyone has choices to make. Maybe Moshe was afraid of everyone. Or Reuben will become bad. But Moshe, everyone was kosher. How could they have been accepted to become Nesi'im? If a Rav was put up as a Rav or a Rebbe or someone, even if he's, but the Rebbes, you have this a lot of times, the Rebbe's son has to be the next guy. The guy could be an Amaret Shalom, don't know anything. But they put him up there. You should know that Mina Shamayim, they put him up there. There's a reason. Might not be the biggest Lamdan, but you could learn from him something. Hashem has a reason he's put there. Hashem has a reason why we're in Galut today, not in Eretz Yisrael. Hashem has a reason why in this town everyone's ufaratz the Yom Kedman to get from one shul to the other. Takes a whole, who knows how long. There's a reason behind it. So he says over here, Hashem put him there. If he didn't want them to get, the Yeshua should get involved, because he was an Anav. And Anav, Hashem's going to protect. Now, let's do V'od Yesh Lomar. B'terutz Kushiyat HaMefarshim. The Lama Hitpal Moshe Yeshua V'lo Acherim. Sh'Hashem Yatzilem Yitzhara. Let Hashem protect everyone. Pray for it. V'nirim Maso B'panim B'davar. It looked like you have favoritism. The Ita B'Sefer Zera Berach B'Shem HaArizal She'ata, that now B'Knisatam La'aretz Ratzak HaKadosh Baruch Hu She'yit Aber Be'elu Yudbet Nisi'im Nishmat Yudbet Shevatim. When they sold Yosef, Mechirat Yosef, there was a big takala in Shemayim. They had to do tshuva. Hashem said, let me try now. At the end of the day, the Asara Harugim Malchut was because of the sale. But he tried now, so he put into every one of those Nesiim the actual Shvatim. So I want to stop this, turn over your pages. You're going to have there the actual Arizal, and it's actually translated, but it's good enough. And we're going to go over it right now. So I have it here so I can see it because my book's too small for them old eyes over here. Zera Shana. U'b'sefer Kavanat Arizal Daf Mem Tet. Matzati, I found it Zera Shana, and this is his language. Rashi B'nei Yisrael. Usually when you talk about countings, you say Alfei B'nei Yisrael. Here you said Rashi B'nei Yisrael. V'lo Alfei B'nei Yisrael. V'lo Chem B'seder B'midbar Sinai. Acha inyan hu al pi hakadmat Rabbeinu Amar Yosef le'achim. When Yosef told the brothers, what did he say when they came into the Egypt? Miraglim atem. They're talking about the Miraglim. Remez lahem al davar hazeh. He said, you're going to come back like Miraglim. You're going to have those neshamot. You're going to do a tshuva. Ki Miraglim hem beknisat haaretz to Eretz Yisrael mashe ein ken Yoshua sham shevet Ephraim lo ya Miragel. The Inyan who, right? He didn't really have to spy. The Inyan who ki ata now beknisat haaretz ratzak HaKadosh Baruch Hu lit aber besod hagilgul nishmat 12 shevatim be'elu yudbet nesiim. So he wanted to implant the neshamot into the nesiim. Kedei letakin otam v'lo yechtau. They should do a tikkun and not make a sin. Ve'im kol zeh lo ha'il, it didn't help. Kalum k'asher nevar, like the story goes on. V'lazeh amar Hashem yitbarach v'yeturu et eretz kena'an asher ani noten livnei Yisrael. K'livnei Yisrael mamash. The real Bnei Yisrael, the 12, Hem Yud Bet Shematim, Lehem Ani Noten Ad Haaretz, V'lachem Lo Amar Rashi Alfei Bnei Yisrael, Ki Hem Arashim Yud Bet Shematim Atzman. They're the actual Yud Bet Shematim. V'omnam Levi, and Levi was what? Nitgalgel into Yoshua. So if you want to say why Moshe prayed, it's double, it's favoritism, no. Moshe didn't go. Why can't Levi go to see the land? Because they don't get land. They get presents from everyone, 42 cities, all the Arei Miklat, all the killers are there. They don't get land, Reuven, Shimon, Reuven's in Jordan, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Bet HaMikdash, Benjamin, they don't get land. So they didn't go as spies. But they had to do a tikkun. So Moshe said, I'm going to put him from Ephraim, because Yosef was split. Look at the Pesukim when it talks about Nesi'im, Le Yosef, Limnashe, that's Yosef directly. And who's going to be Ephraim? Ephraim's extra. So Moshe put Levi into that one. And he prays for his own Shevet to be able to do tshuva. So it's not like he prayed for Yeshua over the other people. He prayed for his Shevet to do a tshuva. Ended up it didn't work out. But Levi did. Lot Pakidu, they did the tshuva. Yehuda did tshuva. That's Kalev ben Yefune. Yehuda did tshuva. They fixed it up. So Yehuda gets the reward that he gets. Kalev's family gets a special reward that they get. They live in the Migrashim as well. And Levi gets a special reward from this. And the rest of them, Chman al-Yitzlan, Tisha B'Av, that we have, that we cried for no reason, we now cry. This, and the last part about this is, when they started saying Lashon Hara, not only did the neshamot of the Yud Bet Shvatim disappear from them, their own holy neshama leaves, doesn't want to see you sin. You're left with the lower levels, the ruach. When you do ruach shtut, when you make an avirah, that's the ruach that's still left inside a person when he does an avirah. If we go back, actually at the bottom here, I put it in. Bazeh kenoda ki afil nishmat ha'adam atzmo mistalek mimenu b'sha'a shechoten. If you look up a little bit, az nistakela mehem otam iburim. Oh, when they started doing the avirah, that's when everything happened. That's all the Nesi'im left, the Neshamatim left from them, and they were falling. And by the way, Pasuk says, Shelach lecha anashim, just for you. We always say Moshe's idea. No, according to the Pshat of the Arizal, Shelach lecha, send your Shevet also, even though they don't get land, send them so they can go do something more than just spying out. Go and get an ability to do the tshuva and to be metaken that which happened with Mechirat Yosef. So we learn from here a great deal of things. Anav is the only way. If the brothers of Yaakov, the children of Yaakov had Anav, Aniva as a strong midah, Yosef wouldn't brag, the brothers wouldn't have a problem, it'd be a different outcome. Anav is the only way to go. You are nothing compared to Hashem. That's the first step. And then you shouldn't be in the equation. Let others do it for them. Be good. Be nice. Be helpful. Selfless. Not selfish, selfless. When a person does that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu rewards and keeps rewarding all the Leviim and the Kohanim. What are they? They're nothing. I'm doing all for Hashem. Hashem says, okay, I'll give you the korbanot, the leather, the meat, all the matanot, and everything you get. So here it's on with Eretz Yisrael as well. We don't have to be braggadocious. They know we have the best army. They know we have everything. Everyone knows it. It's understood. We trained the whole world. We trained the FBI. Trained everybody. Everybody knows it. We don't have to brag it. The Goyim could write all they want on the internet and the news. I know it's not great PR for us. It doesn't work all the time. But at the end of the day, the Anav wins. When the Yahidim, the few and the Goyim that think and they say, like those people that speak on the radio, and they say, by the way, the Jew is doing it for the whole world, even though they'll take the blame. They're saving the whole world. Or look how many times the Jews were punished and taking pogroms and persecution, and yet look what they're doing for the world, saving the world, developing medicine, all the good stuff. They don't say, that's it, the world did this, we're going to do back to you. That Esav does and Yishmael does. And I didn't have a chance to get into it, but if you look in the Kabbalah, it goes also further, and it says there are some that are good internally, bad externally, both bad internal, external, both good internal, external, or vice versa. And each one has, Ishmael had that, Esav had that. Ishmael, he hears very good. You tell him to be religious, he'll go all the way. There's no stopping. He'll kill everyone. In Sechel. You have the other way with Esav. He'll do the mitzvah that makes sense. If it's good for him, Osav, his Osav is going to be done right. If it's convenient, it's good. Tell one of the Esav people something. We're going to do Hatarat Nedarim, come 12 in the night. Is you crazy? I'm coming 12 in the night. Get out of here. Tell a Yehudi, you come 12 in the night, we're going to do Slichot, they're going to come, the whole family comes, the wife, the kids, the whole world is there. Big difference. So over here, the same thing, when they went around to look at the land, and Hashem said, check it, if it's this way, Moshe said, check this, check that, check the other thing. He was mechaven to all these different types of things. Check it out to see, are they people that are good in the inside, out on the inside, or on the outside? Who are they really, who they are? There was 3 types of people there. There was the walls, there was a lot of stories. I'm going to try to prepare that all for Shabbat, but I just want to say, Shelach lecha nashim, literally to fall out right now with what's going on in current events. You see the secrets and you see the answers. You have to be anav. Our tefillah has to be there. And a person gets his bracha when you speak about him to him. Meaning, if his name is a certain name, say the whole name. You're talking to him. With these types of things that we're going to do, like we see the names were changed by the Nesi'im, each one had an animalistic trait. That's what we're talking about. If it's outside or his inside, what was good or bad. They were all switched. Everything was exposed in this parasha. There's no coincidence. It's min hashamayim. Why what's going on today in the world falls out on such parasha. May we have Kiyad al-Kiska, Milchama ba'Hashem, Midor Dor, and all the Amalek should be taken out, stamped out, like Haman was destroyed, and then we had peace for 2,500 years with Persia. May Hashem remove the Haman in them again, and then we have peace in the world again, and harmony once again. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.